Hey guys, it's Evie here and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. I hope you decide to stick around and subscribe. In today's video, I am going to be talking about 4 TikTok trends that just ain't it. So if that is something you are interested in, just make sure you keep on watching. So if you don't know what TikTok is, where have you been? It is a social media platform where people make short videos. Some can be fun, some can be serious, so you kind of just get a bit of everything on TikTok. And depending on what you watch more often, that is what is going to show up on your For You page. So if you watch a few videos on gym content, then your For You page will be a lot of gym content. So that's just the gist of it. While we're on the topic of TikTok, just make sure you do follow me. It is at evy.fitt, which I'll pop on the screen, so make sure you give me a follow. All right. So, like I said, I'm going to be talking about 4 trends. So let's start off with trend number 1, which is dry scooping. Dry scooping involves pre-workout. So if you don't know what pre-workout is, it is a caffeinated product that helps you give it a boost before your workout. So for example, this one is from C4 and it is the blue raspberry flavor. So in all of these containers, you will find a scoop. And basically what dry scooping is you grab that scoop with that product, you pop it into your mouth, and then you rinse it with like a sip of water, and people just take it that way. You are not supposed to have pre-workout dry, and when you are consuming it with a sip of water, you're basically consuming it dry. You are meant to be mixing this with a cup of water, so anywhere between 120 to 180 mils, mixing it and consuming about half an hour before your workout to give you that boost. I found dry scooping was very popular at the peak of the COVID pandemic. So between 2020 and 2022, I did see a lot of dry scooping. It has died out. I'm pretty sure it has dried out. I don't think I have seen anyone dry scoop in quite a while. But like I said, it was a very popular trend. And if you have thought about or still dry scooping, I really hope you reconsider and just not do it, because I'm going to tell you some of the health problems behind it. So like I said, pre-workout is not meant to be consumed dry. And when you are dry scooping, you can accidentally inhale the powder while you're popping it into your mouth. And and that is you consuming it dry as well. So just keep that in mind when you are doing it. So some of the health conditions behind dry scooping for an extended period of time, or maybe this can happen only after 1 to 2 times, you can actually create some heart problems for yourself, which is actually really scary. Young, healthy individuals can be prone to these symptoms when you are dry scooping. So nobody is safe from it. A lot of people found a lot of unwanted effects when they were dry scooping. So heart problems was a big one, troubled breathing was another one, and also was a possibility of choking as well. So some people did also choke when dry scooping. Pre-workout is a caffeinated product. So like I said at the beginning, it's a caffeinated product that is going to give you that boost. Some pre-workouts do have other ingredients such as creatine monohydrate, which is a very popular supplement. But anyways, mainly caffeine. And when you do not dilute caffeine, or when consumed too quickly, it can cause anxiety, a rapid heart rate, chest pain, and tremors. So as you can see, dry scooping is not a healthy habit to include. So next time you think about doing it, or you know someone who has been doing it, just make sure you give them that little bit of education behind why they shouldn't, and let's get on the road to creating healthy habits. Trend number 2 that I'm going to be talking about is girl dinner, which is very popular at the moment on TikTok. Girl dinner started off as a trend where if you weren't bothered to cook, it was a random Friday night, you were just like, I want to have a lazy night. You would go into your pantry or into your fridge, find whatever leftovers there are, and just put something together, and that would be your girl dinner. But this has just been taken way out of context now. I feel that people are promoting in a way their very bad eating behaviors, and I feel like it's promoting very bad eating behaviors. When it comes to food, people are very easily influenced because they like to see the easy way out, and they like to try crazy diets because they want to drop 5 kilos in a week, when in reality, losing weight is a slow process. If it is a slow process, it is a healthy process. If you are trying to find a very short fix, you can lead your body to long-term health effects. So we want to make sure that we're thinking of our bodies in the long term and not in the short term. And if you are showing yourself drinking a can of Coke for dinner, that is not girl dinner. That is a disordered eating behavior. You need to ensure that you are eating proper meals and not just drinking a drink and call that girl dinner. When you are on a platform like TikTok, where there are millions and millions of people on this app, and you are putting content out there, you really need to be wary about the content that you are putting out. Obviously, you are not responsible for people's triggers, but you also need to make sure what you are putting out isn't promoting something negative. So just keep that in mind. I'm very passionate about this because it just really pissed me off when people were talking about girl dinner and they were just eating a fucking cucumber. Sorry for my language, but guys, we need to make sure that we have healthy eating behaviors in place and that the content that you consume doesn't negatively impact you. So if you are consuming content that is negatively impacting you, just make sure you block and delete because you don't need that in your life. Okay, that is enough on trend number 2. Going on to trend number 3, which I feel like goes a bit hand in hand with girl dinner, and it is starting off what I eat in the day videos with a flexed body. When you are flexing your body, that is what you look like when you are flexing. You don't walk around, flexing your arms and your stomach. You are flexing to obviously show off your hard work, which is great. But I don't think showing off your body in a way that you don't actually look 99% of the time is very helpful for people that are watching what you are eating in a day. Because people are now going to think, if I eat this way, I'm going to look like her. Which is definitely not the case. You could eat the exact same thing as me and we are still going to look different. I could be eating the same thing as a bodybuilder, for example, and I'm going to still look different. Because we are built different genes, different DNA, we have different environments, different lives, and all that comes into play when it comes to food as well. We all have different energy expenditures. And if you are watching someone's what I eat in a day video and not keeping that in mind, that can possibly negatively affect the way you look at food and exercise, etc. The what I eat in a day videos, I don't have anything against those. I think they are so fun to make because I like to get inspiration for meals and snack ideas, but you just need to make sure that you are not copying that person's whole diet because, like I said, that's really not going to help you. But yeah, I think it's really fun to create. I do them myself. I like to, put inspiration out there. That's what I have TikTok and Instagram for, to show off how my progress is going, what I like to eat. And like I said, you just take it with a grain of salt and just take it as inspiration. But if you are creating these yourself, just make sure you are careful with how you are presenting it and how you're presenting yourself in those videos. Also, real quick, when you are starting off those videos, let's be real, after a full day of eating, you're gonna have a little pooch, and that's totally fine. All right, the last trend, the one that I feel that bothers me the most. Trend number 4, 75 hard. This I actually still is quite prevalent, but this was very, very popular again during the COVID-19 lockdown period because people couldn't go to the gym. They were finding other ways to work out. And also you could only stay within a radius. So you really couldn't go outside if you lived in an apartment. So you really had to just make the most of what you had. So 75 hard came in hard basically. When it comes to 75 hard, there are a lot of rules around it. The first one, I feel that it sets a lot of unrealistic expectations on people's time because you actually have to complete 2 45-minute workouts and one of them has to be outdoors. A lot of people don't have the luxury of even fitting in 1 45-minute workout a day, let alone 2. And a lot of the time when people come home from work, it is dark and they don't want to be outside going for a bloody walk. Another rule that really bothered me was cheat meals. You couldn't have any cheat meals within that 75 days. And if you had a cheat meal, you had to start the whole 75 days again. Around these, all the rules involved, if you are to skip something or break something, you had to start again. Which I feel like is just so unrealistic. Not every day is going to be perfect. People are going to have setbacks. People are going to have stuff. Life is just going to come about and people just can't help it. And then just being told, oh, sorry, you have to start again now because you failed, basically. So it's setting that failure mindset in mind. And no, there is no such thing as a cheat meal. There is just a meal. There is just food. There are obviously foods that are more calorie dense than others. There are obviously foods that are more nutrient dense. And there are so many different types of foods, and it's okay to consume something that you wouldn't normally consume. And that's totally fine. And being told that, oh, I just had a craving for a Mars bar and I had a Mars bar 40 days in and now I've cheated and now I have to start again. Like, how does that create a healthy mindset? How is that going to help you long term? And the biggest thing is that what happens after the 75 days? Do you continue? Do you just go back to how life was? Like, what happens after the 75 days? Are you supposed to put these unhealthy habits into your day and hope that it sticks? Because a lot of these things are not for long term, they're only short term. And guys, please remember, you need to be thinking about your long-term health. The habits and the things that you're doing today is what is setting you up for when you are older. We want to make sure that we are living longer. We want to make sure that we are healthy. We want to make sure that we are able to just be able to move around freely when we are 80 years old. And if you are only focusing on the short term, then boy, do I have some news for you. Actually, I have created a very deep dive on the 75 hard. I have all my research and information on my laptop, and I'm going to be talking about 75 hard as a whole. So I'm going to be talking about all the rules involved, what I think about each rule. So if you're interested in that, just please make sure you are subscribed and you keep an eye out. And I was actually going to try and do the challenge for a day, but I was like, no, because one of the things involved is you have to have a 5-minute cold shower, and I would rather not. So I kind of just skipped that. I'm not even going to try and bother because I don't want to do that. I want to make sure that I am including habits that I enjoy. I want to make sure that I am including exercises and workouts that I enjoy, and that's what you should be doing too. You should not be forcing yourself to do 2 45-minute sessions a day if that's not what you can fit into your lifestyle and if it's not something you can enjoy. If you would rather just go for a 90-minute walk, then you just go for a 90-minute walk. If you just want to do half an hour of strength training, you do half an hour of strength training. Make sure that you are doing the exercise and the workouts that you enjoy. Do not copy somebody else's workouts and just force yourself into it just because you think that everybody else is doing it. No. You want to make sure you're participating into things that you love, because that is what is going to stick around and that is what is going to give you the progress that you're after. That is enough rambling from me. Those are the 4 trends that I wanted to talk about. If there is anything else, make sure you drop it in the comments, and I'll obviously do my research and bring it to you, because that's what I'm here for. I'm here to research, bring you the facts, and make sure that I educate you, and that way you can educate the people around you. So I hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are. Just remember that one bad day isn't a setback. You don't need to be doing the 75 hard challenge where it makes you feel that one day is a setback, okay? Because it's not. And if you are having an off day, just think tomorrow's a brand new day. We can think with a brand new lens, and tomorrow can always be better. All right, guys, that is enough from me. I hope to see you next time. Make sure you subscribe. I do bring content every single week, and that is all from me. Bye, guys.